Morning, Chewy. Happy Thursday to you, Chewy. It's Thursday. Choo choo. We're getting late in the week. Final start tonight. Man, I've been waiting for a month. Feels like. Yeah, it just seems like, that's just like, damn, why? I don't understand why it's such a long break in between. They should get about a 3-day break, 1 day for travel, and then they should be playing. No, they don't have nothing to do with it. There's always like this break in between the East-West Conference Finals, and then when the finals begin, there's always like this 5 or 6 day fucking like wait in between. I don't get that. Like, and to me, like, if we gotta wait a week, like they haven't played ball in like a week, so they should play tonight and tomorrow. I think both game one should be back to back. They should be playing tonight and tomorrow night, because you guys haven't hooped in a week. So that prison shit, they're all talking about how like we know the warden is in jail and all that shit or whatever, but like they're saying some of the shit they're being charged, they're saying like they weren't doing cell checks, weren't doing their rounds and all that or whatever, so that contributes to people. It happens all the time.
Right.
It happens all the time. It happens all the fucking time. All the time. That shit is not nothing new. Any and every jail or prison I've ever been to, that happens. Where they don't do their rounds. They're supposed to do their rounds like once or twice an hour, like clockwork. They're supposed to do it. There's literally, you have a card. It looks like a debit card or a credit card. Because I'm talking about the Milwaukee County Jail. Well, they have them in prisons too, actually, now. But like on the end of the tiers, you're just supposed to walk the tier, you know, look in real quick, just make sure everyone's breathing alive, you know, shit like that.
Right.
And you scan the card thing, because they're at the end, the beginning and the end of the tiers. So that way it knows you're walking, and then you're supposed to scan the little thing. Well, a lot of times people either don't, or they don't do it, or they'll doctor the books, say they did their round, they really didn't. They really did. I'm telling you, I've seen this shit happen all the fucking time. All the time. This is not nothing new. They're acting like this is some brand new shit. It happens every day in every prison in the state, every county jail in this fucking state. People don't do their rounds all the time like they're supposed to. And the other big thing is too, and I've been having an issue with this ever since the first time I ever seen it happen. Correction officers giving out medication and shit. That should be a no-no. That's one of the things, that's one of the issues, is that the jailers are giving out people's medication and shit. That's bogus. You ain't no nurse or doctor. You're passing out meds. I'm telling you, they've been doing that for years. They've been doing that ever since I started going to jail. The very first time, because I was never on meds or anything like that. I never got on anything in there. I did my time, kept a strong mind. I did the time. I didn't let the time do me. But I'll be seeing people like on meds and stuff. They'll be standing in the med line and shit like that, or the COs that come around. Because like if there's not a nurse on duty, like on the weekends and shit, like you'll be seeing corrections officers passing out people's meds, control meds, not Tylenol, not aspirin. They're passing out people's control meds.
That doesn't seem right.
It's not right. I swear, I remember the first time I ever saw that, I'm like, damn, the COs are passing out medication? That don't look right. But you know what I mean? You're in prison, you're out of sight, out of mind. It's just like, I'm telling you, that's how that shit's been going on like that ever since I stepped foot in these damn jails back in 1993 or whatever the fuck it was. It's all the same stuff, man. That's why when people are like, oh, they didn't, like, they're acting like this shit is not brand new. I'm telling you, no one can tell me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been to like 5 or 6 different prisons in this state. I've been to multiple county jails. I've done boot camp, earned release program. I've been to RCI, fucking St. Croix. I've been to Red Granite. I've been to Waupun. I've been to Portage. I didn't do max time at Portage. I went to Portage because when I was waiting to go to boot camp, and that lets you know how crowded the jails were then. They created like a minimum little, like small little, we were in a barracks. And they put a little fence around and stuff like that and just called it like the minimum barracks. It was at Portage, which is a maximum prison, Columbia.
Right.
But they created this little dorm area for people that were waiting to go to boot camp and stuff like that. So we were all in this big dorm, like a dorm room. I was there for like 2 months waiting to go to boot camp. And then I got sent to Black River Falls and sat there for a month in their barracks, waiting to go to boot camp. And as a matter of fact, it was at Black River Falls when I was telling you where they had served me with that paperwork and shit. About the child support and all that stuff. Yeah, that shit was crazy. But there's nothing new under the sun. Them COs don't do their rounds and then they lie on the books. Because there's a log book.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to write in there when you did your round. You're supposed to kind of write what's going on. Like, so when it's shift change, like say your first shift. So then when second shift comes in, they can know what's going on. So-and-so's on lockdown. You know, you might have 3 or 4 inmates or whatever that are on lockdown or whatever, right? Just an example, so everyone knows what's going on when they come in. So-and-so in cell's not feeling well or whatever. And then you're supposed to do your rounds and log it. The exact time, all that shit. And then the killing part about all that is, remember I was telling you about them white shirts? The captains, they're supposed to come around and sign the logbook. When they do their rounds, they're supposed to come in, look at the logbook, make sure everything's all good, and then sign it or initial it or whatever they do. So there's a lot of those. Just the logbooks are not accurate at all. That's what happens. So when people come in and say they didn't know what was going on, they want to wear that's bullshit. Because that logbook explains everything on the unit. First shift on through third. It's supposed to have anything of any kind of significance documented in there. So each CO knows what's going on when they come in. And they were saying too, they're admitting that they weren't doing their rounds, documented saying they did them, but they really weren't. That stuff's happening in every damn prison in this state and every county jail. I'll bet the farm on it.
Sounds like they need to do an audit.
They do. They need to clean these prisons because you'll be having these in the environment. The environment can kind of end up causing some of that.
Right.
Because especially in like a max, everyone's in their cell. Everyone's in their cell for the majority of the day. People are moving around in moments, going to the HSU, going to rec when they get the little rec maybe a couple days a week, going for a shower, they get their shower a couple days a week, that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So there's no reason. Yeah, that's how that goes. And then when someone died, because a lot of times they don't take you serious with your concerns in jail or prison. You might tell her, oh, my chest is hurting, or my head is pounding, or, you know, something. My stomach is really bothering me, like it's they'll just blow your concern off. All the nurse will be around in an hour. Or fill out an HSU slip. That means you got to write, and everything's by request. Like you can't say, "Oh, I'm feeling bad. Can I go up to see the nurse?" No, you gotta fill out a piece of paperwork, and then you gotta wait for it to come back.
How do you know it even gets to where it needs to go?
Well, usually it should, but sometimes it don't. And then you gotta wait for a response. They call it jail mail. You get the little interview request back, and they give you your time and date on there, whatever, to go see the nurse or whatever. Shit like that. Yeah, it's crazy. And that's what I'm saying. And people don't know that stuff and it's a good thing people don't know about prison, but like, yeah, there's a lot of nonsense going on up in there. Because there's that us against them mentality in there. It's like the COs against them. It just is. There's like a line, you know what I mean? And then they even get trained to basically treat you like shit.
Yeah.
They're literally trained to like not even be cordial with you. So there's always this underlying tension. And then they talk to you in the old kind of way. Yeah, but that was always been a problem to me. Corrections officer handing out medication, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. Yeah, but I guarantee $1 billion to the highest number, whatever the highest number is out there, that's what I bet. That's a percentage that I'm sure that this happens every day, because I've seen it happen. I was like, the officers are passing out people's control meds? That ain't right. I remember the very first time I saw that, I was like, that's not right. Who's approving that shit? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah. I ain't making up, I ain't exaggerating, not one bit at all. That's how that shit is up in there. Yep. They need to do just a whole audit or whatever you want to fucking call it. They need to do a sweep of these prisons and checking to see what these COs are doing, because they're the ones in control of everything. You got to keep in mind, if you're in a max joint, you're in your cell like 90% of the damn day. You know what I'm saying? Right, Chewy? Yeah, but we got the finals are back on tonight. We are in 4th, 5th, and 14th place. So, and we have a lot of good players left. A lot of people don't. So, we're looking to creep up and win this thing. Yeah, we're just sitting here watching the news. Hope everyone enjoyed yesterday's episode. I think the one that we did the day before that was our longest episode. It was almost an hour and a half. So, yeah. Weather's nice today. We got 74 here in Milwaukee, 72 Friday, 73 Saturday, and 72 Sunday. So our weekend's looking nice. Saturday, it looks like it may rain. Yeah, Saturday and Wednesday of next week are the only where I saw a little bit of rain possibly. Yep, so enjoy the weather. Go out there, get to work, whatever you need to do. Do everything. Make sure you ain't doing nothing illegal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going and get out of here. It is 5:20 in the a.m. I'm gonna let the dog out, a little more coffee, and then get to work. Peace, y'all.
His death ruled a homicide. Waupun Warden Randall Hepp among the 9 people facing felonies. The others include nurses, correctional lieutenants, sergeants, and officers. They're accused of not getting those inmates the medical attention that they really needed. Time now is 5:40, and still ahead, you'll be able to meet the newest member of the 12 News team, Zoe Henry.
I got the chance to check out, hit the town to see what's good for the summer, the events. You all told me I can't miss.
Yeah, y'all, they just showed the pictures of the Waupun 9 Is that what we should call them? The Waupun 9. The Waupun Correctional Institution Staff Thug Crime Ring. The Waupun 9. Yeah, it was 8 white Caucasoids and then 1 black dude. 1 black dude. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking about going out there to work for anyways. I'm telling you, you can count. When I was in prison, I was in Waupun in 1997, 90, I told you, for 7 months. There were no black guards there. No black staff, no one. The only black people there were inmates. The majority of black guards you're going to see, like I told y'all the other day, is going to be at RCI, Racine Correctional Institution, MSDF, Milwaukee Secure Detention Facility, the Milwaukee County Jail, RCI, RIOC, you know, the halfway houses, KCC, those type of places, Kenosha Correctional Center, all those type of, the further you go up north, you ain't going to see no black people. And if there is, it's going to be one. I guarantee that brother that was working in Waupun, I guarantee he was either the only one there or only one of not even a handful of black people that work in that place. Trust me. Yeah, that was a big mistake. He fucked up just even working out there. His ass caught up in all that bullshit. Yeah, they're in trouble though. But that, I'm telling you, if they were to do a sweep of these prisons, there would be a lot more of the Waupun 9 type situations. I'm telling you. These news stations, these people, whoever, they need to start digging into this shit more. Because there's a lot of the same stuff going on. I promise you it is. The same shit's been going on ever since I stepped foot in the jail. And anyone that's listening that's been to jail or prison, you know I know what I'm talking about. There's no lies detected. Yep. It's a cold world, dress warm. Yeah, but it was 8 white dudes. Well, not all white men. There was a few white women, but it was 8 white people and 1 black dude. And then the white ward. They're all in trouble. Good. Because I always want to make it seem like the inmates are, you know, the bad ones. So, yeah. Y'all go and do some research on that. Yep. We're calling them the Waupun 9. They're in trouble. Good. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Dallas though. You rolling with Dallas too, baby, to win it all? Or who you going with? I mean, put aside the, you know, the pool that we're in. Like, just who do you want to win?
I think Boston's gonna do it.
No, who do you want to win? Not who do you think is gonna win?
Boston.
Boston. Okay, so you want and think they're gonna win. You're good. No. Okay. I'm going for Dallas. Because I want to see Kyrie get a ring. And I want to see Luka get one.
Yeah.
Even though Luka's a hell of a crybaby, I've never seen anyone complain more about calls than him. Hands down, nobody ever complains about calls more than him. But he's a great player.
When he cries about fouls and stuff, like, is he right?
I mean, sometimes, but still, like,
Right.
it's almost every damn play. Anytime there's any kind of contact with him, whether it's a foul or not, like he thinks it is.
Right.
And it's just a little extra, like all the shit he'll be doing, cause like he'll be complaining about a foul and not running back, getting on D. Like I've literally watched that man complain to a ref after play for like the next couple minutes, like the next few trips up and down the court, he's still like fucking with the referee. I'm like, dude, like you're hurting your team now. You look silly after a while.
I was gonna say, like, the game has moved on.
Right. So now you're starting to look a little petty.
Yeah.
noticed that too about him?
Yes. I hate that when players do that too, because like you're distracting the ref from the current play.
Yep.
And
oh yeah, that's true. Yep. Yeah, good point.
You're not playing your position.
Right. So now it's 5-on-4.
Right. Basically.
Basically. Brooke Lopez has that bad too.
Yes.
Luka's worse than Brooke. But Brooks got that bad too. He's always crying about fouls. He never thinks he fouls. I don't think he ever think he's ever fouled anyone. Yeah, but he's got that bad. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. This feels like we haven't had basketball in like a month.
Right.
Like, god damn. Yeah, but I was saying earlier, I think that since they've been off for like a week, I think that they should, these first game 1 and 2 should be back to back. Like they should play tonight and tomorrow night. Because you're playing in the same city. It's not like you have to travel. You guys haven't played in like a damn week, so you're well rested up. There's no reason they can't play back to back. And I'm glad that the game isn't starting at 8:30.
Ugh.
I'll be hating that when they do that with the finals, the game, especially on a weekday. People got it, and then what if the game goes overtime?
Right.
You know, you're someone that works first shifts, got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning or something.
Like I understand the time zone thing,
but I mean, and it's in Boston tonight.
Right.
They're the earliest. Boston, Cleveland, and Indiana, and Philly, those East Coast teams, their games always start at 6:30.
Yeah.
So there's no reason you can't have that shit tipping off. Well, it tips off at 7, which is a decent time. Because unless it goes overtime, game's over by right around 9:30. But they're going to have all the fluff in the beginning.
Yeah.
So the game ain't... Now watch. The game says tip off at 7. That game ain't going to start till about 7:20. Because they just always got to keep talking and talking and talking and talking. It's like, damn, how's the pregame going to be an hour long? And then, after the hour-long pregame show, you guys talk for another 12 or 13 minutes. Let's hoop, man. Can we start playing ball? I don't need to see you guys, because you're going to commentate on the game, so I don't need to see and hear you talk about it for an hour before. Like, let's go, man. Let's hoop. Yeah, they need to be better with that shit. I wish the finals were on TNT. That would have been pretty cool.
Right.
Since they're, next year's their last year. It would have been nice to have them roll the finals out on TNT. That would have been slick. I like ESPN's broadcast of NBA, but TNT is just better. It's just something about it. Yeah, it's gonna be sad to see that leave after next year. Let me tell you something. You're at work. It's time to make donuts, y'all. Late in the week, though. Today and tomorrow. The weekend is here. There must be some kind of event going on here. There's these big ass trucks. There must be some kind of concert or something in town. They got Nevada plates. So we'll holler at everyone later. We hope you guys enjoyed the episodes we've been putting out. Yeah, but I'm gonna do more digging onto this Waupun 9 me and Michelle are calling it. I can't believe that black dude went out there to work. Because now they ain't gonna hire nobody black no more. He done fucked it off for anyone else that might want to get a job out there. They already don't trust us. Ain't no way I'd have went out there working out. There ain't no way. Love you. See you later. Bye, baby.
To coach college basketball anywhere else. He said, maybe down the road you hope you can mature enough emotionally to much later in my career try to take a shot at the NBA. Down the road, way down the road, I'm not going to coach anywhere else in college unless UConn doesn't want me here. So going back to the NBA was something that was in the mind of Dan Hurley after accomplishing so much at the collegiate level.
NBA.
Gosh, it just feels like if you're going to leave UConn and potentially...
9 former employees of the Wisconsin Department of Corrections now are experiencing life on the other side of the justice system.
One of them, the former warden at Waupun Prison, Randall Hepp, is charged with misconduct in public office and is in custody. The other 8 face charges of inmate abuse, which is a felony.
This all began last June when the Dodge County Sheriff says an inmate died by suicide. 2 more people died in October, one from an overdose, the other from a stroke. The most recent death happened in February, allegedly caused by mistreatment from staff. This was ultimately ruled a homicide.
The sheriff says that that inmate had his water turned off for a significant amount of time, was not monitored, and did not have direct medical care. The inmate who...
So I'm going to just stop the video just for a minute, and I'm going to just tell y'all, you know what I'm saying, I'm glad that these fucking COs and the warden and the staff at Waupun Correctional Institution, I'm glad they're being charged with that shit, because I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. I spent time at Waupun. I did 7 months there. I was in my damn cell on an average of, when I was there in 1990, it was 97 or 98. I was there for 7 months. Yeah, it was 1998. I was there for 7 months. I'm telling you, you're in your room. There's nothing but tension and stress in that bitch. You're in a room where, when I was in my room, I remember the very first day I was there, I was on the top bunk. I was on my top bunk, and I was laying in my bed, and I reached my right arm out, and I touched the opposite wall. I didn't have to reach, stretch, extend, nothing. I just, you know what I'm saying? I just reached my arm out and touched the other wall. That's how small the room was, the cell. It's not a room, it's a cell. 2 people in there. You know what I mean? I was in a typical day when I was there, because they're all locked down. They're not moving around or whatever and shit like that. I don't know if they eased the lockdown up or whatever. But even if they did, you're still in your cell, I'm going to say about 85% of the day. You know what I'm saying? The only things that you get let out your cell for ever, now, then, back then, whenever, I'm saying the only situations you even get out your cell for is chow, which is 3 times a day. That only takes about 20 minutes of time. You know what I'm saying? Rec, when you have rec, which is only a couple days a week. Showers, when you have showers, which is only a couple days a week. Canteen, on your canteen day, which is only once every 2 weeks. They let you out your cell to get your little canteen bag. If you have a visit, if you have one of the handful of jobs that they have in that prison, most of the people that did have a job worked in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, other than those things, you're in your cell. That's how you do time there. You know what I'm saying? It is fucked up there. I mean, you know, you got people in there. Just think about the environment and who's in there. You got people in there with 70, 80, 100, life plus, all that. They ain't never going nowhere. So the tension is high. So you can see why, you know, once in a while people commit suicide in there. Some people are just mentally stronger than others. You know what I'm saying? You got, like I said, you're dealing with another human being in a cell with you that's basically a stranger. You know what I'm saying? The guards are in there, and you know, and that's one thing when they were always talking about how you know, they needed more staff, more guards. That's bullshit. In Waupun, the inmates are locked in their cells all damn day. What do you need all these extra guards for? Ain't nobody moving around nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But you're in your cell all day. And like I was saying, and the reason I'm happy that they're charging these people is because that happens all the time. When I was in jail, when I was in any and every county jail I was in, every prison I was in, you got people that are in the hole. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're in the hole, you know, you're in your cell by yourself most of the time. Sometimes when you're in the hole, you have a cellie and stuff like that. But, you know, guys are being there complaining about, you know, having chest pains, you know, whatever. You know, because sometimes people that are in prison aren't in the best health, especially if you're older and stuff like that. So people will be, you know, really going through stuff, and they don't take you serious a lot of the times. I've seen it. I've been next door in the hole to people that have been pressing their button in their room, trying to tell the CO that their chest hurts or they're having trouble breathing or whatever their situation is. They might need their medication. And the CO's telling them, oh, well, I'm not going to give it to you now. And all this back and forth bullshit. Or they'll tell them, I need to see the doctor and whatever. And they think you're bullshitting. Because a lot of times what happens is like if an inmate is telling like a CO that they're not feeling well or some shit like that, a lot of times the CO won't take you serious because they think you just want to get out your cell for a little bit. It'll be stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They think you're just bullshitting because they want to just continue to sit on their ass and not do nothing. They get bothered, them corrections officers, they get bothered by that shit. I'm telling you, when they have to get up and come to your cell and deal with you, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't respect you to begin with. They look at you as a criminal, almost the equivalent of a zoo animal. You're behind bars. You're in there for a homicide or, you know, involuntary manslaughter or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So they always already view you in a certain way. They don't respect you. And two, here's the other thing on a side note. You seen who all the guards that got charged and the staff that got charged in that Waupun shit? They're all white. It was one black dude. I don't know what the hell he was thinking about. I don't know what the hell he was thinking about getting wrapped up in that shit and going out there to work out there. Fuck that. I guarantee you, he was either the only black dude working there or there was only maybe one more. I guarantee you that. But I'm glad they charged them because that happens everywhere. The COs and shit cutting people's water off and shit because they don't want nobody to flood the toilet. You know, because then the cell gets all wet and stuff like that. And a lot of times, people will be doing that. Like, people will be flooding their cells or doing shit like that in the room because the COs are ignoring them. You know what I'm saying? Or they're not giving them their medication when they say they need it and shit like that. Or they'll say, oh, I need to see the nurse. Oh, well, there's no nurse here. Put in an interview request. Or, you know, like they'll just be blowing you off and they speak to you any old kind of way because they know you're locked up. I'm telling you, I've seen it happen. They've talked shit to me before. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad they got charged because that happens everywhere. They ain't supposed to be cutting people's water off and shit like that. But people are dying and stuff like that. And now maybe if people start getting charged for people's deaths, you know what I'm saying? These COs are getting charged with people's deaths. Maybe that'll make people start doing their rounds. I'm telling you. I've been, because when I was at, especially when as a matter of fact, well, I've seen it everywhere, but like when I was at Waupun, because when I first got there, right, because I would stay up all day. I mean, I would stay up all night, right? Because I had a TV. I would stay up all night and just watch just TV. And then I would sleep most of the day away. I mean, I would stand, because you got to stand up for counts and shit like that when they come by. But I would sleep, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times I wouldn't even go to the meals because the meals would be just straight up garbage. They feed you through a trap. You don't even see who's giving you your food. The food, when you walk to the chow hall, the food comes sliding out of trap. And you grab your tray and you just keep moving. You sit down. You don't get to pick where you sit. You sit, it's in fours. The tables are in fours. You're just in line. You just fill the seats in. You eat and you get up and you go back to your damn cell. But yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Other than that, I'm saying, but my point was, like, I would be up all night. And them guards, they're supposed to come around like at least once every hour. They wouldn't. Because that's when people would be doing their little shit, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, smoking their squares, doing whatever they're doing, passing stuff, doing whatever it is they're doing. You know what I'm saying? The guards don't be coming by once every hour because they're lazy. They're sitting in the bubble. I've seen officers sleep, stone cold sleep, knocked out. When I was at Fox Lake, because, when I was at Fox Lake, because you're at Fox Lake, it's a medium, so you have a key to your room. You know, you come in and out, you know what I'm saying? They're not cells. So like it might be, you know, you might get up late at night because the bathrooms aren't in your room. You know, when you're a medium, the bathroom and the showers, they're separate. It's a separate area. You know what I'm saying? And you just come, you know, you shower as you want and stuff like that. You have a key to your room, shit like that. As long as there's not count and all that, you just move around pretty much as you want. Within the compound, obviously there's a fence around the place. You know what I'm saying? But like I will come out my room. It might be, you know, 11, 12, 1 o'clock or whatever at night to take a piss or something, go to the bathroom. And I've seen COs dead cold sleep. Sleep. Because they're in a bubble. You know, so it's midnight, 1 o'clock. Everyone is, you know, everything's shut down. So, you know, you're supposed to be in your rooms. I mean, you can be up watching TV and shit like that, whatever, but you're supposed to be in your room. You know, once the day room closes and that last, 9 p.m. count or whatever, if it's not on the weekend, you know, you pretty much are in your room for the rest of the night, unless you got to use the bathroom. Other than that, you got to be in your room. So, you know, the COs know that. Like, I'm telling you, I've seen COs sleeping. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah. So when they sit there and say that they need more staff and all that, I'm telling you, they don't do their rounds most of the time. And then they can just log in the book because these, you know, no one's double checking. You think the white shirt, the captains and lieutenants and the warden and the security director and all that shit like that, you think they come in and watch the film and check to see and check all and to see if everyone's been doing their rounds and shit? They would have to check all the cameras and watch their camera 24 hours a day to make sure the COs were walking around doing their rounds every hour. Because that's a security risk too. You know, because that's part of the reason you do your rounds at night, to make sure everyone's still there, make sure no one's dead, make sure no one's fighting in the room and shit like that, make sure no one's, you know, setting a fire or anything in their room. You know, you're supposed to do that. Because especially after 9, like, even like in a medium, where like I was saying, like once count clears, once that 9 p.m. count is over with, you know what I'm saying? The day room is over with. You have 9 p.m. count, And then I think you got like maybe like another 30 minutes or whatever, and then that's it. Day room's over with. And then you're in for the night. You know what I'm saying? And they come around and do their count. They're supposed to come around between like 10 o'clock and then like 6 o'clock in the morning, when basically day room opens and you have breakfast and all that stuff like that. They're supposed to do their rounds once every hour and just check on people. Someone could have died. Someone could have died in their sleep. You know what I'm saying? And you're sitting behind the officer's desk in there, digging in your nose, talking to the other CO, reading a magazine, got your feet kicked up. I'm telling you, that's how that shit goes. You know what I'm saying? And then like once in a while when people stroke out or die and stuff like that, and then it's like, oh, well, what happened? And then that's the other thing too, like when them COs, like when people were dying in a county jail like and shit like in Milwaukee and stuff, and then people were trying to act like they didn't know what happened, and only like a few people got charged and stuff like that and got in trouble for it. Everyone, like anyone, like that one dude that died, I forgot his name, Terrell Thomas, was that his name? I don't want to say his name wrong, but there was someone that died in the county jail like a few years ago or whatever. Whoever worked that day, first shift, second shift, third shift, whoever the captain was, lieutenant, all of that, whoever the COs were, should have been fired, because they all are aware of that. Because when you come in, you got to log it in. Because like the Thomas guy, everyone should have knew, okay, well, they turned his water off. Okay, well, he's got this going on. He's got that going on. He's on room confinement. He can't come out his cell. Like every CO needs to know that. Because some people might be on restrictions. You know, you might have got a conduct report or a ticket or something like that. And, you know, they may tell you, oh, well, you know, for example, you may have got caught with some extra food in your cell or whatever, right? So they write you up. They give you a ticket. You go on your ticket and they give you 10 days room confinement. So that means you can't come out your room for day room or none of that. So like all the COs need to know that. First shift, second shift, third shift. They all need to be aware of that. Because if the first shift officer gives you a conduct report, right, and you get and it's on first shift, and you get 10 days room confinement, then obviously second shift needs to know that, third shift needs to know that, right? So when they come in, they need to know that you need to be in your room because you got in trouble or whatever. So they all are aware of what's going on in that place. So for only 1 or 2 or 3 people to be charged when people die, that's bullshit. Because they all have to come around, read the log, sign the log. The captains and stuff like that, they're responsible to come around and do rounds. Check the log book. Make sure it's accurate. Find out what's going on. Like they all need to know that. That's why they keep track of that. That's why they have a log book. So everyone's on the same page. So when people are like, oh, I didn't know his water wasn't on. Oh, I didn't know. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. But my point is, I'm glad they're charging these people because it happens all the time. I'm telling you, this stuff has been happening ever since I started going to jail in 1993.
Suffered a stroke, was dead in his cell for 12 hours.
They don't call their inmates, they call them persons within our care. The investigation that we have done has revealed that phrase does not accurately depict what persons in our care should mean.
Before that news conference, inmates inside Waupun called TMJ4 News to describe conditions inside the maximum security prison.
With their permission, Ben Jordan shares their perspectives in their own words.
We received more than half a dozen calls from inmates we verified are inside the Waupun Correctional Institution. We aren't sharing their names out of safety concerns. They want everyone to know just how they're being treated, describing some of the same conditions. Sheriff Dale.
Anyone here in this podcast want to holler at me about it? News people, shit, whatever. Come holler at me. I'll tell you. I ain't got no problem with it. Because I've been there. I know. And I've been to, like I said, RCI, Red Granite, Oak Hill, Oregon, Black River Falls, St. Croix Correctional, Racine, RCI. I've been there like 3 times. KCC. Shit. I was one of the first ones at Red Granite when they first built that place. Because they built Red Granite, as a matter of fact, was built, they modeled it after a California state prison. I don't know if they changed the narrative or the security classifying or whatever, but back then when I was at Red Granite, it was classified a medium max. They used to walk us everywhere. They used to walk you to rec, church, all that shit. Yep.
Schmidt calls infuriating.
I won't stop the video anymore.
From the Waupun prison directly to the TMJ4 newsroom.
TMJ4 news guy on the phone right now.
Those locked up inside are reaching out for help.
This is getting ridiculous. People are dying in this institution.
As their voices are nearly drowned out by other inmates yelling in the background.
I got here March 28th this year, and I'm shocked at what's going on here.
Some claim they're under constant lockdowns and forced to live in filth.
We don't get showers, which we haven't taken showers right now for 9 days.
Another inmate's biggest concern, allegations of illegal drugs being circulated.
Whatever you can think of, it's pretty much here.
All in what's supposed to be a maximum security penitentiary.
What they're doing here is cruel and unusual punishment. They're treating us like animals. We don't come out of our rooms. People here suffer from mental health issues. Nothing's being done.
Dodge County Sheriff Dale Schmidt says the oldest prison in the state is being run in a reckless and dangerous manner. He says 4 deaths in 1 year is far too many.
These people were not cared for. And they are people.
One by one, the sheriff went through what he says the criminal investigation uncovered.
Evidence shows that the decedent was dead in his cell at least 12 hours before he was discovered on the morning of October 30th, 2023.
Because they don't do their rounds like I was telling y'all.
He was dead in his cell for over 12 hours until they located him the next morning.
From allegations of missing cell checks to missing meals.
Correctional officers failed to feed the decedent 9 out of 12 meals over a 4-day period.
Inmates tell us despite their convictions, they are still people who deserve more resources and better living conditions.
Something's got to be done. Something has to be done.
Sheriff Schmidt says the Waupun prison staffing is at just 50%, but he says that's not the only thing that needs to be addressed. He's calling for the whole prison to be shut down, to be renovated or rebuilt, to have up-to-date infrastructure to meet the needs of a maximum security prison.
Yeah, man. But here's the thing. And like me and Michelle were talking about that earlier this morning. Like, they're not... Wisconsin, the state of Wisconsin is not in the business of closing prisons. You can forget that one. You can just get that out your head. Okay? They make too much money off that shit. And that community wouldn't stand for it. Them white people be like, oh, where are you going to be? Because they would think they're just going to start letting people out and shit. That's how dumb people are sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That prison ain't closing. They got a creamery out there. They make milk like in the prison. They got their own milk. It's from the Waupun Dairy. The milk on it says Waupun Dairy. You know what I'm saying? They got their own creamery. They make milk, all that shit. They make cheese. I believe they have gardens and stuff. They do all, man, I'm telling you. But yeah, that place, it is, man. It is. I was telling y'all, I had 3 prison fights out of all the prison time, jail, I did all that shit, right? I had 3 fights. And one of them was at Waupun. So that shows you right there, you know what I'm saying? It is fucked up there. But they're not going to close it. They're either going to start sending some people out of state until they do renovate the place. Because I don't know where you're going to put all those people, or you're going to have to start allowing some people to go down to medium. You know what I'm saying? That maybe you weren't given the chance to go down to medium because they still got too much time. You know what I'm saying? And all of this goes to that, like, there's a bigger story with this. You know, all of this is a ripple effect, and you know, whatever that word is, of this is effect, or cause and effect, whatever that shit is, of overcrowding, of truth and sentencing. Scott Walker's punk ass did that. You know what I'm saying? But when when you're giving people all this time, look, you got someone in there that got sentenced to 60, 70 years. We only have a few max prisons too. That's the other thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're giving people all this time, you know what I'm saying? And there's no way to get out early. You're just stuffing people in prison. Where are you putting everybody? Like I'm saying, there's a lot that goes into this shit. That's why, to me, in true super reality, a lot more people need to be responsible for what's going on in these prisons. I think Scott Walker should be held responsible too for a lot of this chaos and shit, because he's the one who started truth and sentencing with his punk ass. Yeah, but it's crazy, man. Yeah. So what's the lesson for today? Stay the fuck out of prison. That's what I chose to do. I'm just like, man, I just can't do that shit no more, man. That's why a lot of times, man, when I see and hear people complain and bitch about the shit they do and the stuff that's going on, I'm like, man, you got people, you don't know what pain and struggle is. You ain't been through nothing. You don't know what going without is like. You don't know, man, come on. That's why when COVID happened, COVID was a piece of cake for me. It truly was. COVID was a piece of cake for me. COVID wasn't shit to me. I was able to just go to work and come back. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, well, this is one time where my prison and jail experience is benefiting me. Because I've been through that. I've been locked up, like all that shit. They're calling it lockdown. I'm like, this ain't no lockdown. Yeah, COVID was nothing. Yeah, but yeah. I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Just got in from work and stuff. Wanted to finish recording this episode, you know what I mean? And because we were talking about a lot of this stuff early this morning too. Yep. So back from work, just shooting the shit with y'all, recording the rest of this episode that I started this morning. So I'm just gonna chill, get some food in my system, maybe sit down, have a cigarette, drink some water, relax. Go pick Michelle up, and then watch the NBA Finals tonight, man. The finals are back on tonight, y'all. And I'm rolling with Dallas. I want to see Kyrie get a ring, and I want to see Luka get a ring. Despite dude being a crybaby, I ain't never seen nobody cry more on a basketball court than Luka. But I do want to see him get a ring, because, man, dude's good. Luka's good, yep. And, yeah. So I'm going to get out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. We got the weekend coming up. Just got one more day tomorrow, Friday, yep. And we will holler at y'all soon. Peace.